Hello boys and girls, this is Odyssey of course, and welcome back to another World of Tanks video. This time we're in the Soviet Union's mighty IS. Tier 7 heavy Soviet/Russian tank. This is just a beast. The only weak point about this tank, I would say, is the kind of just okay armor. I mean, it's a heavy tank, but the armor isn't really heavy tank material. It's like almost heavy medium material. It's about, I believe, around 80 to 100 in the front of the turret and the front of the hull. And of course you have that big ass cupola that is an easy spot for most tanks around your tier and even a couple tiers down. I think even tier 5 tanks can almost penetrate it, at least with gold ammo. So that's definitely one of the biggest weak points. Best things about this tank is obviously that it has quite good mobility. It's pretty quick for a heavy tank. You got 1230 hit points obviously, and you have that massive 120mm Soviet gun. I got a really good crew on this tank and a gun rammer, and it takes about 10.5 seconds to reload another shot, and the accuracy is actually not too bad on this for being a 120mm gun. You do 390 alpha damage with the standard ammunition and 170 penetration, so you definitely don't really need any more penetration unless you go up against tier 9 tanks. Tier 8 tanks is pretty easy to penetrate with 170 penetration, so you really almost never need to use the gold ammo, so that's really good with it. It's a good moneymaker that way. Also, because it is a 120mm gun, the HE shots actually have 65mm of penetration, meaning that most tier 5, 6 and also some tier 7 mediums and light tanks especially can easily be penetrated, and you can do up towards 600 alpha damage on them with just one shot. And there's the favorite thing an IS can see, a TOG-2 sitting in the open, spotted, having nowhere to run. Sadly, I only get one shot off before he disappears from being spotted, so that kind of stinks a little bit. So my decision of going here in the middle was based on the medium T-34-85 pushing forward. I was kind of hoping he would spot as much as possible. The only real hit I got so far was on the TOG-2, but I believe that was the medium tank's credit that I was able to spot it. However, we have some issues here. We have 2 mediums and 2 quite dangerous heavy tanks, especially the T-29. The T-29, I would argue, is probably one of the few tier 7 heavy tanks that can actually compete with the IS on a good level. The rest just simply can't provide the damage needed. For example, the Tiger 1 has way too weak of a gun. I mean, sure, the Tiger 1 can snipe an IS from afar and easily penetrate an IS, but an IS can penetrate a Tiger 1 pretty much everywhere, almost every single angle, and do 390 alpha damage on every shot, and each shot just takes 10 seconds. I believe the Tiger 2 does what is it, 250 damage with that 88mm gun, and I think it takes like 6 seconds to reload another shot, so it might actually have the same DPM. Yeah, it might actually have that, who knows? But since that has pretty much the exact same penetration as the IS, you can end up bouncing, and he might probably not bounce any shots from you. So we have 2 kills already and 2000 damage. That just shows you how quickly you rack up that damage with this amazingly good gun. The only drawback with the gun, of course, is the aim time and the pretty, I wouldn't say crappy, but mediocre accuracy. I would claim that it's over average compared to a lot of the 120mm guns that the Russians have / the Soviets. But it does kind of get guided by Stalin sometimes, and sometimes it does that kind of stupid shit. It shoots the hill, even though it really shouldn't at that close of a range. But the damage, it's just hard to suppress the damage. I mean, being able to do 400 damage every 10 seconds, that's a lot of damage, man. That's like, what is that? That's as close to 2,400 damage a minute, isn't it? That's pretty damn good for a heavy on tier 7. At least I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong here, obviously. But we have now 2 kills, 3,337 damage. Not too bad. 3 times the damage the tank even has hit points. We pick up a T67 in the open. I almost sped past it. Luckily I didn't screw it up. But as you can see, we only took really 1 or 2 hits to the tank as well, and that did any kind of damage. So overall, you can just do so great with this tank. It is quite lovely. So we end up with 3 kills and 3,822 damage. And I bet you some of the damage, yeah, we got 300 assist damage as well. So I believe Top Gun, Bruiser, Fire for Effect, Master Gunner, Ace, Tanker badge. And as you can see, I did more than twice as much damage as even the closest guy on my team, and he's in a Tiger 1. We shot 17 shots, 12 hit, 12 penetrated, and yeah, not too good of a win ratio here though. This was, I believe, my first real good Master Ace badge. I got the first Master Ace badge only after 5 matches, I believe. It's so easy to get them in this tank. I think I played maybe 30 matches in it now, and I believe 7 or 8 of them has been Mastery Ace badge, so quite good. This match is a little bit more interesting though. A lot more of the enemy tanks are the same level. As you can see, a lot of tier 7 tanks, both on our team and the enemy team. Only 3 tanks that really aren't. Oh, the poor lunch. I feel for the lunch. 1 shot and he's dead. Not even a really bad low roll could save that lunch with its measly 340 HP. The Lunch is a great tank, but when you start going up against only tier 7s like in this matchup, it's not fun to drive a Lunch, especially if you're not using that automatic 30mm cannon that has 90 penetration. See, another IS there put a nice shot into his front, and I believe he hits me in the front of the hull as well, or the turret. But he used HE, I believe. He was probably hoping for a medium tank coming up here first. So luckily I don't even take 200 damage. Pretty good stuff. Put another 399 damage into the Tiger piece. We're already up to almost 1200 damage, so not too bad in 1 kill. See, the T29 could definitely penetrate the cupola on the T29, easy peasy. But the thing is, with this Russian gun, it's kind of hard to hit the right spot. I was close there, but because he was moving, I didn't really get the hit on like I wanted to, so yeah, that stinks a little bit. I want to be really careful here with the T29 because he can easily hit my cupola though, because the American guns have slightly better accuracy and a little bit better aim time as well. The Su-122 is gonna get 1, so you do 421 damage to him. Then we have 2 Tiger 1s here, so you want to try to plant 1 here. I'm going for the top of the tank here, just simply because I'm kind of hoping to hit the ammo rack, because I believe the ammo rack is in the turret on the Tiger 1s, but or I believe that during this match. I'm pretty sure I checked it though. It turns out nope, it's like somewhere in the middle of the hull actually. But we're up to 1 kill and 2,400 damage almost with another hit on that Tiger. Oh man, I go for a 3rd hit or another hit on that Tiger, but this T29 wanted to fuck with me, so it drives right into me and literally steals my kill, I believe. Or maybe it was the other IS. Or let's see, Tiger 2. Yeah, no, it was a T29 that killed it. But here, this is ridiculous. Look at this. I shoot, and somehow I managed to hit my friendly instead. I believe I was playing with my 4G internet, so as you can see, my ping is around like 80 to 100 ms. You can see it up in the left corner, and sometimes it goes even a little bit higher. So the first thing I say is like, shit, sorry dude, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But we're up to 2,759 damage and 1 kill. So like I said, this is a damage machine, a really good DPM tank. Because when you get to shoot 400 damage and 175 penetration each shot, or every 10 seconds, it's not hard to rack up the kills, and especially not the damage. I mean, people can always kind of quote-unquote steal your kills, obviously, like in any other game, but The only real issue I found with this tank, except for the slightly weak armor and obviously the weak cupola, is actually the lack of ammunition. I've found myself actually running out of the standard ammunition a lot and having to use the gold ammunition I've loaded, even though I didn't really want to. So I'm thinking right now actually about completely removing gold ammo and only use 6 HE shots and then the rest standard ammo. This one I'm so sad about. He stops in the right second, so I miss another 400 possible damage on that guy, or it would have been definite damage. I mean, the Tiger P has, I think, 200 armor in the front, but I think you can even penetrate him quite close up, and he is about to burn up. But of course our Tiger P finishes him up, so we still only have 2 kills, and 3,600 damage almost. There's 3 enemy tanks left. There's an IS that also have done well. He got 3 kills. We have a Panther and we have a T37. The Panther is spotted. I want to go for a pretty low shot because I'm kind of hoping to hit him in the lower plate. But honestly, even if I hit him right there in the upper plate like I did, I still kind of penetrated him. Another guy tracks him, and that just means sayonara. Hit him in the upper plate, still penetrates easy peasy. We're up to 3 kills and 4,300 damage. Almost 3 times the heavy tank's health. And I mean, that's good. I mean, doing that in a light tank, that's really good. Doing it in a heavy tank, that's really, really good. And you only really get a chance to do that kind of damage when you're up against other tier 7s, a lot of them like I were here. So we end up on 4 kills. We get a Confederate, we get a Bruiser, we get a Fire for Effect, we also get Fighter and Ace Mastery Badge. 644 assist damage and 4,400 damage in total. Damn, that's some good stuff. And I'm also up to 54% win ratio, and we got 53.3% of the mastery thingy you get on your tank gun. Anyways, as usual, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have had a great Christmas. Bye bye.